Okefenokee. We've honored our state champion for the Okefenokee, and now we're going to honor our Native American champion for the Okefenokee Swamp. Chief David Hill and the Muscogee Creek Nation have been amazing leaders in pointing out and elevating the Okefenokee Swamp as a jewel, as a sacred site. And Chief David Hill declared the Okefenokee Trail Ridge as a sacred site, capital S, sacred, capital S, site, from Hoboken down to St. Mary's. He also supports the UNESCO World Heritage Site designation. He has written a letter to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and he is an amazing champion. So there, of course, are cultural resources all up and down Trail Ridge and the Okefenokee. This is their land, and it's our land now together. And we're just so honored. I mean, I feel like a king has come to town to present. Chief David Hill, please come up.
I'm just so honored. Thank you very much. I didn't know if I was going to, so here's my notes. You know, we had a very interesting day this morning. Got to the Adair Park, and now it's called Muscogee. Very and also, we went and visited the international school. Very interesting. The one they have different languages that's taught, and that's what we're planning on doing, having an immersion school for all the Creek students. You know, while we was there, that's one of the things we don't want to lose. Our language, culture, and history. I plan on making it short because I'm going to have Raylene come up here. As chief, you know, I get to delegate. Come up here. But, you know, also, what's strange is when I first was elected, my stepdad said, be sure to protect the things that the Creator gave you, which was the land, air, the water, and the fire that we breathe. It's kind of like reading the book of Revelation. It's in symbols, so I'm trying to figure out what he's telling me. Or the land that he gave to protect it. And the water being polluted. And that's the water that we grow from, even the air that we breathe. And I was trying to figure out the fire. He said, it's the fire that's in your heart. It makes you go forward. You know.
Amen.
And these are things that's meaningful to us. Oftentimes we go to Oxford, Emory, Macon, Horseshoe Bend. As you look around, before it started, I was noticing the pictures up here. And that's one of the things we have some of the residents will ask us, why did y'all leave? Such a beautiful place. And not knowing the history, we weren't asked to leave. We was forced to leave. But just talking to some individuals in the streets and the names that are here, we took with us to Oklahoma. And these are things that you don't read in the history books. All these towns and cities that we visit, parks, they want us to tell our story, and that's what we're doing. I know the school really invited us to come down and tell your story. And one of them had mentioned, you know, we can do a lot of land acknowledgement and do all this, but there's more to it. And she was wrong. There's more to it. Just not declaring that this was originally Muscogee Creek Nation. There's more to it. So the collaboration that we have, the partnership, has grown since been in office, and I'll tell you what it means. People like Raylene, who cares too, and you know, I just can't say no, so I'll make it short. So I want Raylene, because even though I'm the chief and accept this award, it couldn't be done without individuals like Raylene who cares. I always think about that movie, if anybody watched The Replacements. If y'all remember, at halftime to us behind, he said, what is he going to take to win? He said, it's heart.
Yeah.
And that's what I have, a team like Raylene who has heart. So, Raylene, come on.
Raylene, I would love for you to speak too, and I think about all of the Muscogee words in our lives as Georgia River Network, the Okefenokee, the Oconee, right? That the Muscogee lived in the Okefenokee Swamp. So they named it the land of the trembling earth, the land of the trembling waters. So it's in all of us, and I'm so thankful. So thank you, Raylene, and thank you, Chief.
Mado, everybody, Raylene Butler, Jaho Jifkidos, Amalegida, Wakogi, Almadowa, Pecan Tallahassee. Just want to introduce myself in Muscogee language. Today you all spoke Muscogee language, eating kusa carrots and talapusa chicken and drinking some other Georgia River drinks earlier. You know, we get our name being creeks because that's where we lived. We lived all along these Georgia rivers, these Alabama rivers. This was our home. This is where our language came from, living on these lands, sustaining our way of life as Muscogee people. Our language is indigenous to this area. And that is still alive today, thousands of years later. And so it's always so meaningful to come back to where our ancestors lived and where they fought so hard to try to protect and keep. You know, we were the original river keepers. Yeah. But today it's great to be with a room full of other river keepers and stewards who have helped in the 200 years that we have been removed. So it means a lot to every single one of you who have sent a letter, who have continued to fight the good fight against titanium mining at the Okefenokee. You know, it's been a long battle. I really want to thank Turner Hunt, our Tribal Historic Preservation Officer. He has been a champion. He has done so much to, you know, we have had so many meetings with the Army Corps of Engineers, and, you know, the complexity of this situation to go from federal to state, which then leaves us out as tribes. We have a right to consult under federal law, under federal permits. You know, we have told Georgia State how we feel. And, you know, I've been on these calls, and I tell you, I was really encouraged to hear over 250 people waiting in line to make a 2-minute statement. It made me so proud to know that we have that much support here, and that it takes local grassroots folks, people of all walks of life can be touched and impacted by such important natural resources, but for us, cultural resources. There are mounds that are found throughout this area and within the Okefenokee. They were built by Muscogee people, just like the mounds in Okefenokee, Georgia. And so, those are a testament and legacy that our culture and our people made. And so many have been destroyed due to the fabric of building the United States. And so we have a responsibility. We take it serious. We love this land. We still care. The same reason you live here is why we lived here. It sustained our life. And so it's just an honor to be here. We are here to stand with you all and continue to support this effort. And thank each and every one of you for being an ally. And we hope you continue to advocate for protection of sacred sites in Georgia and throughout the Southeast. So thank you.